Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're piecing together a series of really alarming preparations in Iran, looking at intelligence reports and some unusual public announcements that suggest a major conflict could be just over the horizon.
So how do all these pieces even fit together? Well, we're going to start with a pretty mysterious video that popped up online. Then we'll connect that to reports of a massive military buildup. After that, we'll look at this puzzling plan to evacuate Tehran. And finally, we'll break down how Israel is getting ready for what looks like a potential collision course. Okay, first up, let's dig into this piece of footage from inside Iran. It's got analysts asking one very important question. Was this a simple mistake or a deliberate message? What you're seeing here is footage of these fast, secret, underground tunnels, and they're reportedly packed with advanced weapons. So the question is, was its release really just an accident, or was this a carefully crafted signal to the world? Now, the official story sounds simple enough. A construction contractor got a little carried away, was proud of his work, and posted this online before realizing his huge mistake. But, given the insane level of security that surrounds military projects like this, a lot of people think that explanation just doesn't add up. And that points to a much more believable theory, that this whole so-called leak was actually a form of strategic signaling. I mean, as the definition here says, it's a way for Iran to basically tell its adversaries, hey, look what we can do, look what we've got hidden, without ever actually saying a word. And that signal becomes a whole lot more powerful when you think about what those secret tunnels are supposedly hiding, a massively expanded and upgraded weapons arsenal. Yeah, according to Israeli intelligence reports, Iran isn't just stocking up, it's preparing to launch a staggering 2,000 missiles in the very first wave of a potential conflict. That number is it's hard to even wrap your head around. And to really put that into perspective, just look at the scale of this thing. In a previous conflict that lasted 12 days, Iran launched around 550 missiles in total. This new plan? It reportedly calls for almost 4 times that number in just the opening moments. And here's the really crucial part. This isn't just about quantity. Iran has reportedly rebuilt its missile capacity with way more advanced technology. Then you add in advanced Su-35 fighter jets from Russia and beefed up air defenses, and suddenly you're looking at a much more dangerous offensive force. So while Iran's military moves are pretty clear, maybe the most confusing piece of this whole puzzle is a massive civilian plan that the government is talking about. Right, the government has announced a potential plan to evacuate the entire capital city of Tehran, but the official reason they've given for it has raised way more questions than it's answered. So the official story is that there's a severe, critical drought. I mean, look at this. Some of the key reservoirs that supply the capital are at dangerously low levels. One is down to just 8% capacity. Officials are saying if they don't get major rain in the next 2 months, they're going to be forced to act. But this has really led to 2 competing theories. On one hand, the water crisis is very real, but critics are pointing out that evacuating 12 million people is, well, it's an unheard of response. They argue the timing is just a little too convenient, lining up perfectly with that 2-month window analysts are predicting for a potential conflict. They think this could be a strategic move to clear out the capital before a devastating war kicks off. So with all these offensive preparations happening in Iran, how is Israel responding? Well, its strategy could not be more different. From what reports say, Israel isn't trying to match Iran's offensive arsenal missile for missile. That's not the game they're playing. Instead, they are pouring everything into their greatest strategic asset, their multi-layered defensive shield. And this shield is truly one of the most sophisticated in the world. It's made up of multiple integrated layers. You've got the famous Iron Dome for short-range stuff, all the way up to the Arrow system, which is designed to take out the exact kind of long-range ballistic missiles Iran is building up. And this is all backed by a huge U.S. military presence in the region.
So what all of this does is set the stage for a really unique kind of potential showdown, a battle between 2 very different military philosophies.
On one side, you have Iran's strategy. It's all about overwhelming offensive power. A massive, technologically advanced first strike launched from protected, secret bases, all designed to just flood and break through any defense. And on the other side, you've got Israel's strategy, which is built on an ironclad defense designed to take that first punch and keep on standing. It relies on superior interception tech and, critically, the backing of a superpower to make sure they survive and can hit back effectively.
And this really brings us to the huge geopolitical angle here. With nuclear talks stalled, tensions are just through the roof. As this analyst points out, Israel knows exactly what's at stake, and it wants to be absolutely sure that if a conflict kicks off, the United States is in it from the very beginning to help manage the immense fallout.
So in the end, we're left looking at this chessboard where massive, unprecedented pieces are being moved into place. And it really forces us to consider a deeply unsettling final thought, that the conflict may no longer be a question of if, but really just a question of how it's all going to unfold.